I'm just going to give you an overview of ProCare employee data and payroll. So um, again, over here in the configuration, there is some stuff that you have to put in, but it's already been configured for you. But most of it's under employee data or under payroll. Okay. The payroll formulas are updated at the end of the year. You will get a message from ProCare when you go in, and they'll say, "Do you want to get the pay for the tax tables for 2023?" And you say yes, and then it tells you how to upload them. But you don't want to do that until you've done your last payroll in 2022, and then when you're before your first payroll, you have to update the taxes, and so that's automatically done there. If you look at it, it's complicated. If you look at income tax withholding, this is what it looks like. Okay, so it's all done for you. And I think the charge is like $100. It's not a lot. Okay, so just know that there are some things in the configuration that affect payroll. But here it is. Here's the payroll in ProCare. I just want to go through so you have a comfort zone when you go into it. This is if you want to add a new employee, and that's all the information that you will put in. And you'll put in their address here. You have to click new and you can put the address in. Click new, you can put the phone number. Make sure that you have their email, and I don't even see where the email is. So just email right there. Make sure you put their email in, because if you need to contact them about anything in payroll, you can't unless you have their email. Okay, so the next thing we have here is information, and this is what room they're in. So this is where they're in the preschool, if whatever they're working on. This is the room they're in. Okay, so you want to put that in there. Now those codes are added in the configuration. Okay, the work areas. Okay, and okay, so that gives you where where the employee works. So Shar works in preschool. Anair works in toddler. So if I go here, Anair is in the toddler. Okay, that's what that's for. That's to remove an employee. We don't use that. We don't use that. But the benefits we do use. I do benefits. Here, I'll show you. At the end of every payroll, I just take the employee and I put in the hours that they worked. Okay, so I put in the employees. I go through the payroll system. Here, I'll show you. If I go here, and where is that? This is Anair, right? So if I go up, which pay period did I do this for the last one, right? So Anair at 79, you have to add that and that together. I think it's here, 78. So it's those two together. So I go through and I get all their hours, right? And then we don't give them, this is to calculate their sick time benefit. So how much they can accrue for a personal time off. And they can't accrue on sick pay. So if you're sick, you don't accrue for sick. Or if you're cleaning, you don't accrue on cleaning. Okay? So then this is what's used to calculate it. And then this is a formula. It's just taking this divided by 25, and that's what it is. So that's how much they accrue every 2 weeks, right? So then I go into here under the benefits. So this is benefits. And there's earned and used. Used will be when you do payroll. It will be in there. You'll have to, when you get a reminder that someone's sick, you'll put in on their time card the hours they were sick. And same with the holiday, you have to enter into a holiday. And if you don't, I don't have the time card here. I can show you on the 6/1 she was sick, right? So let's look at the time card. Here's the time card. I gotta get out of here. Time card. So you have to enter it in the time card. It doesn't work. So 6/1. Ooh, where's 6/1? 6-1 is right. Oops. Here. And who was it that was sick? That wasn't her. Just a minute. Who's the first on my list here? Oh, it was Minerva. Sorry. So then I have to go over here to Minerva. Here's her time card. So she's got a, wasn't, I don't know, what am I doing here? Minerva was, this was 11:13. She had 8 hours. So again, here we go. She should have a sick. Somewhere in here. Well, there it is. So it has to be entered in as sick and then the hours that they were sick. Otherwise, it won't show up here. You won't, well, they don't get paid if you don't put it in the time card. And on the benefits, it's got to be included here. Okay? And if you don't enter in the time card, they don't get paid. So here's the earned. And so on that example that I had, this is Minerva, right? So Minerva has 2.61 hours. So I put in 11/11, which is the date of the pay, the last pay. So it's right there. They got paid on the 18th, but I always put in the week before they get paid. That's the end of the pay period. Actually, it's the 13th, but I put in the Friday. Okay, so 11/11, I put in 261. And then if you do the next person, here's Veronica. So if we go over here, Veronica has 3.49. There it is. Okay, so that's the earn. The use comes from the paycheck. You won't put that in. You will when you do payroll. And then the balance is what they have left. So Veronica has 24.74. Laura has 3. She's been there a little bit. So you can go all the way up and see Minerva has 29 hours, okay? Some people actually took more time than they were allotted. Maybe not. Okay, so that's how we do this. So that's the sick pay. Holidays you have to put into the, you'll get it on the time card, and you also have to put it in here. So here's a holiday 9/5. I think that was Labor Day. So I put it in here. Every one of them has, so you have to put holidays and sick days in here, okay? And then you can run a report. And so the report that I run, the standard report, it's under employee benefit, and I do it by employee. And so if I just, whoops, I don't want to filter it. Date range, if I make this, I always make it 1/1 to the current date. Okay, then if I run the report, this tells them they started with 12 hours, they earned this much this year, they've used this much, and that's what's left over for sick. Holidays should always be 0. So they earn it and then you take it away, but it keeps track of how many holidays they've had. Okay? So in that report, I print it. You could do it here, export the report, or you could print it here as a PDF right there and save it. Okay? And then I give that to the person doing payroll so that they know, does the person, if this, like this person here, Iris, well, she's gone, but she's a -11. You couldn't take any more time. I should have charged her 11 hours when she left, but I didn't. I chose not to. But if it weren't for Iris, I would have, but because she's got 6 kids, I couldn't do it. But like Martina has 1.53. If she asks for a day off, she only gets 1.53 paid. The rest of the day she doesn't get paid. So you want to use this for that. The other thing is they can't exceed, Iris could, but she could go 120 hours, but they can't exceed 80 hours on this column. Okay? So you want to look at that and make sure that they haven't earned more than 80 hours. Like this person might, before the end of the year, hit 80, and then you can't accrue anymore after that. So when it goes into earned, the amount of hours that you calculate, you don't put it in. After 80 hours, they can't earn anymore. Okay, so that's benefits. This is their pay rate. And so if it get a change of pay rate, this is where it's done. You notice that for sick, there's no overtime, and for holidays, there's no overtime, right? And we pay overtime anything over 80 hours. That's what last night I did. Here's their time card, which I showed you. So if you need to add in something, if it's a holiday and they didn't put a holiday in, let's see, 9/5, there's a holiday. If someone didn't enter, if Les didn't enter it in, then you'd have to put it in. But it's right here. She usually does. But I'm just saying if they didn't, that's the only reason I would ever use that time card. Okay, and then this is where you calculate payroll, and Les has got procedures for that. Okay, exit. And this is withholdings. They're what they withhold, and you can add new ones here. And if you look at like accidental, that's where you put in how much you're going to take out of their check. Okay, I give them accidental insurance. If they got in an accident, then they would be covered. If they're sick, the whole time they're sick from an accident, they're covered. Even if it's a car accident, the insurance company pays it. So that's the withholdings. We don't do credits, reimbursements. I do it on here. If there's a reimbursement, it's done here. I used to do it there. But that's in the procedures, you'll see. And I don't think the documents, this is all the employee documents. This is all the stuff you are required by law, and I have listed them for you and have given you a link. Because if any reason that a company or a daycare gets a violation, when you go through and read the daycares, it's because they don't have either this information in there, or when you get to the employee portion under the documents, they don't have all the information you need for each kid. You have to have all that information. And any piece of paper that I get on a child or an employee, I scan it in and put it in. And I told that to Iris. Just absolutely, I don't care if it just seems worthless, put it in there. Because it just might end up being something you need. Okay, so back to this. And I don't do letters either. Okay, so and then over here is all the information about the employees, and you could double click on it and make changes if you want. You can, I don't know what you'd add, a new person. Oh, that's to add a new person. Where's the information on them? Oh, you go here. There. Well, that's the same thing. No, there's another one. Hold on. There, this is different. Isn't this different? If I click here, I get this, which is different than if you click here. Because here's where you get, no, it must be here. Yeah, if you click on their name there, you get this, which is where you get their email. Okay? And I think that's it on the payroll. The rest of it on how you process payroll, Les has sent you a video. And so everything else should be taken care of. Okay? Bye.